Honda Odyssey.
Honda Odyssey in Hawaii. So it looks like we're gonna be going straight for a while. So let's try out some of these driver aid features. So just like in other Hondas, you hit main to arm the sort of cruise control lane keep system. And you hit a button right here on the steering wheel that activates the lane keeping assist. And now, if I get close to the edge of the road, it sort of wiggles the steering wheel, sort of like a rumble strip, and also steers the car back in line.
Okay, yeah, I saw that.
I can also set my cruise control to a reasonable speed, and then also pick a distance. It will try to maintain the speed, and if I get too close to the car, it will maintain the following distance. And so you'll see in there that there was a dotted line where the car used to, there was a dotted line in the shape of a car, and then once it detects the car ahead of you, it fills it in with a graphic of a car, and that's how you know that it's locked onto the vehicle ahead. And then even though we've got our speed set to 61, as we get close to the car, it starts to slow down.
So the distance control will always override the cruise control.
Right. Now, if that guy gets out of the way later, or if we make a move to pass, and it senses there's no car ahead of us, it'll hop back on that preset speed.
Okay. And plus lane keeping assist.
Plus lane keeping assist means that technically you could do this, and it'll drive itself for a little bit. But that's not advised.
No.
Or
legal.
Or legal. After a couple of seconds, it will tell you to put your hands back on the steering wheel, because it's as it's steering itself and helping you, it's also detecting torque that I'm putting into the steering wheel with my hands, and if it detects that the wheel's just moving too freely, it'll just turn itself off. Earlier, you asked me what cabin watch was, and this is probably a good point to kind of pop out and show you more about this infotainment system. It's very similar to our long-term Ridgeline, and it's got this sort of home screen with icons, but it's got a couple of like new features that make it better for families. One of those things is cabin watch, and what that is in the roof of the Odyssey, there's an infrared camera with night vision. So if you've got kids back there in car seats,
oh my God,
you can see everything that's happening in the back of the car without having to turn around and pay attention.
Huh.
If you want to pay attention to a particular seat, you can zoom in on that car seat, keep your eye on the baby or the dog that you've got back there. You've also got a feature called Cabin Talk. So if you want to make yourself heard to everyone in the cabin, you just hit the Cabin Talk button, and now my voice comes over the speakers in the car. So everybody in the car can hear me. I don't have to shout. I kind of have this voice of God, so I can say, hey guys, you shut up back there or I'll turn this car around. So,
someone's committing a Ford crime. How's the trip going, Antoine?
So far, so good. I mean, it's a comfortable ride. It's really quiet. One of the things they talked about before they handed this over was how they worked really hard on making sure that this car is really quiet. And you can definitely, it's been a while since I've driven an Odyssey, but you can definitely tell that this is a very quiet car, really comfortable.
Welcome to Volcano Park.
Hello.
Hello.
$20 valid for 7 days.
7 days.
Sir, just straight ahead on your right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Antoine.
Yes.
Sit rep.
Apparently we're in Jurassic Park. we've entered into we're in, what is this, Volcano National Park?
Yes.
And it is super dense in the greenery, but we're looking for, I guess, what's called a lava tube. I guess we're near the volcanoes, and so we're looking for some sort of like lava flow. So far we saw some pretty interesting volcanic rock. Crater. It looks like that's a way to hike to the crater, maybe.
No, it's right there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Hang on. Let's look.
Holy.
Whoa. Oh, look, there's like there's steam rising down there. It's like a tiny dark Grand Canyon. I am playing The Witcher.
On dual screens.
Well, I mean, I'm using the HDMI port and the monitor at the top of the screen. That's not all that you can do with this. Let me pop back into the. I go home. And you can see that in addition to the HDMI, I've got the ability to do Blu-ray disc playback. I've got a couple of streaming apps for audio. That's iHeartRadio and Spotify. Over here, I've got some PBS Kids video streaming. And here is an app called How Much Farther. It is an application that links into the navigation. So we have a navigation destination input up front, and back here it gives me this sort of visual representation of how far until we get to the end. So it gives us our estimated time of arrival, how far we've come, how far we have yet to go, and this sort of visual representation of the trip. So Mark,
Yo.
I mentioned that these seats have a cool feature.
Okay.
And that is that they slide very easily laterally. A lot of seats either fold into the floor or they will allow you to take them out. They almost always slide back and forth, and I can do that here. Slide it forward, slide backwards. But I've also got, down here, there is a handle that allows me to slide the seat out to the side. So this gives easy way to pass through to the middle, or if someone wants to get to the back seat, from outside of the car, they've got a very easy pass through right here to the third row.
Doesn't sound like you're supposed to do it while you're moving.
No, this is a bad idea.
No, yeah.
But it does mean that you can do some fun things, like this. Keep your eyes on the road. Hang on, it's starting. Prime video watching position here. The world whizzing by, beautiful Hawaii in the background, and I'm just watching a Blu-ray because that's what kids do. Oh, this is a van.
So you can see what looks like where the lava's just poured over the hill.
Oh yeah.
And going right towards us. Cool.
I wonder if it's still hot.
Go out and touch it.
What? So when you like walk over some of the cracked bits,
Yeah.
you can hear it like crunching under your feet. I know what you're asking yourself, Mark. What does that rock taste like?
All right.
So, I found a particularly smooth piece. So it's like really smooth on the top where like the lava was flowing, really porous and sort of like spongy almost on the bottom, and you kind of see like the difference between the two of them. So let me see what it tastes like. Why not? Tastes like every other rock I've ever licked in my life.
How many rocks have you licked?
Not a lot.
It's something else. So now we're leaving the lava flow area. Antoine, what was your thoughts?
It was cool. It's definitely worth the trip. I mean, come all the way out here. This is kind of about as Hawaii as it gets, I think. And I mean, the landscape's like nothing else you'll ever see. I mean, you see deserts everywhere, you see plains all over the place, but I mean, just volcanic rock, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty special.
I think so. I mean, we didn't see any flowing lava, but I mean, I didn't think anyone in their right mind would let me get close enough to hot lava to actually, you know, that seemed highly unlikely.
Right.
But I mean, I think it's been worth the drive. I mean, there were some dodgy bits, but generally speaking, I think, yeah, very scenic, really worth the trip.
Cool, I agree. Good trip. Now for the journey home.